Hi everyone, I have my empties as of February, it's still February I think, barely, 2016 for you today, and I'm just going to get right into it because the baby is sleeping and probably will wake up at any moment. Simple cleansing wipes. These are the just cleansing facial wipes. I have since bought the micellar version. I don't think I'd buy these again. I honestly, wipes are just a little harsh for my skin, but I keep buying them because there are certain situations where I want to wipe. And those were okay. They weren't super irritating, but they were a little irritating. I think the little fabric-y stuff they use is just a little irritating for me. Paula's Choice Skin Balancing Pore Reducing Toner. I've used this a bunch of different ways. I've had it in a spray bottle and just sprayed it on. I've used it on like a pad to kind of clean up the last bit of makeup. Or I think at the end what I was using at the end was the just kind of pouring a little bit on my hands and then just like spreading it on my face. I have the Skin Recovery Toner, Milky Toner, and that one, I don't know, my current skin situation seems to be really good. The texture seems to be improving. I don't know if it's because of that new toner. I don't know, but I would recommend this. Maybe, I don't know if I really noticed it doing anything, but whatever, I finished it. This one's almost done. It's the HPA Lanolin from Lansinoh, and so this is just 100% like purified lanolin, and this is sold as helping protect your nipples due to nursing. I did use this a little bit for nursing when I first bought it, but what I used most of the tube for was as a lip balm. I have a video about that. This works really well for me if you have issues with petroleum products not really helping your lips ever improve. I would definitely recommend trying a lanolin product. It's quite cheap. Give it a go. It does not smell like sheep. It's sheep grease. Just putting that out there. These Target Up and Up Cotton Rounds, regular. These are pretty scratchy, but they work more or less. I don't really want to buy those again just because they are, especially at the little seams, are pretty sharp feeling, which is unpleasant. This is just old. I've had it for a long time. I used most of it, but I never got around to finishing it. It's the Eucerin Daily Protection SPF 30. I think from head to toe, I mean, this is like really going back pretty far. Liked this, and I think that's why I originally bought it. It did have an expiration date on it, 2014, so it's just been hanging around my cabinet not used, so I was like, you know, I need to just get that out. It was okay, but I didn't like it all that much, otherwise I would have finished it. Another thing hanging around in the cabinet, this Dermalogica Multi-Active Toner. Paula's Choice says it has a bunch of irritating ingredients in it, so I never finished it. Paula's Choice C15 Super Booster Resist. This is their 15% vitamin C. I didn't have a product that I could mix this into reliably in the routine when I originally bought it, so I just didn't use it. But the shelf life on these vitamin C products is really, really short. This one's 3 months. So just keep that in mind if you are going to buy one of those, that you need to be using a good amount of it quickly. Otherwise, it's not going to be doing anything. The Beautyblender Liquid Blender Cleanser. I got this, I think, through maybe a 100-point reward, or it was, yeah, must have been, at Sephora. And I like this. I really like it for cleaning brushes. I don't find it super fabulous for cleaning out like long wearing foundation in a sponge. It does okay, but like that Lancome Teint Idol Ultra, sometimes I have to bust out an oil in order to get that one out. So I feel like it's a little less effective than the Solid Cleanser. I did also use up a 100-point reward type thing of the Solid Beauty Blender Solid. And that's also, there's like a little ring of it left in my bathroom. That's what I'm gesturing to. It's over there. And I found the Castile soap from, is it Dr. Bronner's? I don't remember. It's an oil-based soap. I find that it works the same as the Beautyblender Cleanser Solid. So there's that. I probably wouldn't buy the Beautyblender Solid Cleanser. I need to stop saying Beautyblender Solid Cleanser. I love these samples. These are awesome. Anastasia Brow Powder Duo. So this one is in Taupe, and I used it up. I enjoyed it. I almost considered buying Taupe, but I'm like, I have enough brow powders. Enough, woman. Seriously. Let's see. Oh, you know. Oh, my chin is so itchy lately. Okay, I did have a few more skincare items in the bathroom. The Paula's Choice Resist Optimal Results Hydrating Cleanser. This one, it says it removes makeup. It was okay at removing makeup. I use this in my shower at night, and because it's fragrance free, it does have kind of a funky smell. So I'm not buying this again. I didn't feel like it was really worth buying the Resist version as opposed to the other facial cleansers. Resist stuff from Paula's Choice tends to be a little bit more expensive. What I'm probably going to buy instead is this Paula's Choice Moisture Boost one-step face cleanser. I had a little sample packet of it. I got several of the samples of their face cleansers the last time I placed an order because I was looking for a new one. And I have issues with just about every cleanser drying out my face, even if it's like the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser. Once I'm out of the shower, I'm like, oh, I need something on my face. So this one I felt it removes makeup okay, and also it left kind of a silky feeling on my face, and it's a little bit cheaper because it's the Moisture Boost one, which has a little bit less like active ingredients and whatnot. So I'm going to be purchasing that. Paula's Choice Moisture Boost Hydrating Treatment Cream. This one I will not be repurchasing. When it comes to a moisturizer, I do want a little bit more active ingredients, and this one's just kind of a moisturizer. It has a very lovely texture. I enjoy it. I wouldn't say it's for very dry skin. Maybe normal to dry seems reasonable. Normal in the winter, maybe dry during the not winter. I enjoyed it, but I will not be repurchasing, as I said. I think there's still a little left in here, so I had it out because it wasn't pumping out anymore, so you know you got to put a lot more effort into it at that point. So the rest is makeup related. Let's see. 2 sponges that are just falling apart. A Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. I have repurchased this, and it's right here. I really enjoy this sponge. I think I'm gonna have to use this again and like alternate it with the Beauty Blender. I think I like this one better than the Beauty Blender. I like the flat surface. I feel like I can get my makeup on a little faster, and I think the finish is actually a little bit better for me, so I might do a video about that at some point. This is the Sephora Perfectionist Sponge. I like it, but it's just a weird shape, and I didn't feel like cleaning it was a little strange because it's got this whole little whole blobby thing on the top and the big blobby thing on the bottom. It just was a little harder to clean. I didn't feel like this specific shape was really all that helpful, and I would rather just buy the Real Techniques. But if you somehow came across that Sephora sponge, say you don't like the Real Techniques one, you don't want to pay this price of the Beauty Blender, then I would say sure, give the Sephora one a try because I think it's fine. They have all kinds of different shapes, so maybe there's a shape that you would like. Oh my gosh, I have so much makeup in here. Let's get the stuff that I'm throwing away first because, oh, here's another. I thought this was a makeup item because it looks like a makeup item. This is Paula's Choice Resist BHA 9. So this is their 9% salicylic acid. And this is more of like a spot treatment type thing. I bought it because it said it can help with the bumps that won't go away and whatever. I have those on my chin area, and this didn't do anything for me. When I was pregnant, I couldn't use this because it's the higher percentage of salicylic acid, and so the shelf life is just gone. It's 12 months, and I was pregnant for 10 months. So, and I had bought this quite a while ago, so in the trash. Whoa. Another thing that's sadly just not good anymore. This is the Jane cream eyeshadow. What color is this? Ooh, does it say? Luminous Lilac, though it was more pink than lilac. I like this fine, but it has dried out. I went to use it a couple days ago and it's just too dry to use, so that's a bummer. So I wouldn't recommend buying that because I purchased that when they first came to Ulta, which granted was not super recently, but I still would. I have other like liquid eyeshadows that are older and still fresh. This is quite old. This is the L'Oreal Gloss in Red Ravishing. I like the color. I like the kind of jelly finish of the glosses that are like this. My favorite is Watermelon Crush, which if you follow me on Instagram, I was wearing a lot here recently. I like the smell. They have kind of a vanilla scent, but this one has turned on me because it's old and it doesn't smell so good anymore. Let's see. Lancome Hypnose Drama. This is a deluxe sample. I think this came out of that Lash Stash that I bought like a year and a half ago now. This was the last one that I opened because I know I don't like the smell of this one. It's very strongly rose scented and I do not enjoy it. There's only a couple rose scents like Chloe. I like that smell with roses, but roses to smell in my face, I'm not so much of a fan. So this smells more like real roses and I did not like it. I really don't like it. But I do like the mascara effect that it gives me. And since I really didn't like much of anything out of that Lash Stash, I still have that voucher to use. I may use it for this just because I think it globs on a lot of mascara and I enjoy that. This is the powder from the Laura Mercier Undercover Pot. I don't know if this was on my Use It Up list or not, but I finished it. Yay! I have a video where I talk about how I use setting powder along with some other things to keep makeup on my face for 14 hours. And at the time, that's what I was using, was the Laura Mercier loose setting powder. And it's very nice. I'm using other things now. The Sonia Kashuk brightening powder I feel like works the same, but it has very small, kind of very tiny sparkles in it, which I don't love. Like in the sunlight, that can make you look a little sweaty, especially when it's like on your nose, because it looks just like when you're about to start really sweating. I have the thing I purchased. What I purchased in replacement for it was the Dermablend Professional Setting Powder. What I decided, the common factor between that Sonia Kashuk powder and the Laura Mercier powder was talc was the first ingredient. So you could get a really cheap setting powder like the Coty Airspun, I believe is primarily talc and I think is quite finely milled. So I would try that. I know it's fragranced. I think they have unfragranced versions. I don't know. I bought this with a 20% off, so I still haven't really concluded yet if this works as well for me as the Sonia Kashuk and Laura Mercier, but that's what I'm using right now. I did not want to buy the Laura Mercier full-size setting powder just because it is so expensive. This one I'm just tossing. I'm getting towards the end of it, but I realized it really does not work well for me. It's the NYX Control Freak Eyebrow Gel, the clear brow gel. It just doesn't, I don't trim my eyebrows, and so the ones at the end get really long and they tend to like really droop down, and this did not help with that. So I'm just tossing it. There's no point in using a brow gel that does nothing for keeping your brows in place. I believe this was on my Use It Up list, the Lilac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. This is one of my favorite formulas along with Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and I've had I think 2 of these deluxe sample sizes now, and I believe that it seems like the formula has changed on these because they're much more creamy, liquidy than the full-size versions that I've had in the past, which those tend to get really thick and dry out before you can finish them. But this one, it never got thick, even though it had been open for quite a long time. So I'm curious if it's changed. If that's the case, I think a lot of people would like this that didn't like it in the past just because of that issue. So I was happy to use that up. Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer. This is the Hydrating Primer, deluxe sample size of this. I liked it. It has a nice fresh scent. I don't think it's super hydrating. I think that like the Nourishing Primer would probably be better for me on my cheeks, which tend to get quite dry. And yeah, but it was nice. It was very pleasant to use. I enjoyed the scent of it. And actually, I have bought the Benefit, the Professional Matte Rescue Gel. This has a really super similar scent to the Makeup Forever. And I'm actually, so far, my testing with this, granted my skin seems to be changing because I'm not pregnant anymore. It's like skin roulette. You never know what you're gonna get. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with my face. Plus, you know, we're coming out of winter, it's warming up, and I don't know. But I've been liking this. It's been keeping my makeup on really well. It doesn't keep me super matte, but it does keep the makeup on my face. So I'm appreciating that. But anyway, it has a very similar scent to that Makeup Forever, which I enjoyed. So that's kind of nice. It's just a very fresh and pleasant scent. I believe this was also on my Use It Up list. The CoverGirl Plus Olay, what's this called? The Depuffer, that's what it's called. It's all rubbed off, I don't know. I know it doesn't have a lot of coverage. That's the problem. But it kept my under eyes looking not dry. And when I set it with the NARS light reflecting setting powder pressed, it wouldn't crease. So it didn't look dry and it didn't crease with a very specific setup. So I really did enjoy this, though I would not buy it again just because the coverage is kind of lackluster. And I feel like as I'm getting older, I need a little bit more coverage under my eyes than I did before. So this is a sample I got with probably like a Macy's order. It's the Guerlain, or maybe it was a sample from Sephora. That's probably it. The Guerlain Maxi Lash So Volume. I liked this so much that I'm actually considering purchasing it, which is crazy because I never buy high-end mascaras. And it's this type of wand, which usually is not my favorite, but something about the way this put mascara on my lashes, I really, really liked. So that's weird. $30 mascara? Maybe. Crazy. All right, we're down to the end here. Here's another sample. This one I think came in a little bag from Sephora, like a sample bag type situation. It's the Makeup Forever Mist and Fix setting spray. I didn't feel it really did anything, but I was intrigued. It felt a little like, this sounds terrible, but this is the honest truth. It almost felt like a little hairspray-ish on my face, and I felt like this must be doing something. But this sample spray didn't work very well. So what I ended up doing was buying the little bottle of it because I wanted to give it more of a try. The spray on this is awesome. Super, super fine mist. Really like it. It has a really weird scent. To me, it smells kind of like focaccia or something, like rosemary. I don't know, but it's got a very savory smell to it. And every time I spray it, I think of like eating at a restaurant, an Italian restaurant. It's very, very strange. I'm still not sure that it actually does anything. Since my skin is changing and I'm fiddling around with other products, I haven't really been able to do a good like scientific test on whether this makes any difference. But I do really enjoy this super fine mist, and I think that once I do finish this, I am going to put other spray stuff in there if just so that I can finish them with a very nice spray. Like I have this Pixie Glow Mist. I'm getting really off track here. This Pixie Glow Mist, which I enjoy because it really can add a good like sheen to my skin that tends to get dry. But the spray on this is terrible. It's like you have to spray with just the right amount of pressure and you get a fine mist. Otherwise, it's like squirt bottle in the face. It's terrible. Oh my goodness. All right. Oh, is it down in there? Well, this was on my use it up list. The stuff came out. It fell out. So there is nothing left in this. This is the Studio Gear Brow Definer, or it was. Brow Definer in medium ash. I enjoyed the color of this. It's affordable as of when I bought it, which was a long time ago. I liked it. I wouldn't repurchase it just because I love brow products, so I'm always trying new brow products. But I really did not mind finishing it up. So I'm really quite proud of myself that I got through this. And I didn't sharpen it compulsively. I would wait until it was quite dull and then I would sharpen it. So I really did get a lot of use out of this one. So that's it. That's by Empties as of February 2016. Oh no, not the last thing. The last thing, I don't know, I was holding on to this like I wanted to save it until the end, and then I just set it down and forgot to talk about it. The MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural and Light. So there's a tiny bit left of this, like on the edges. But I wanted to kind of keep a little tiny bit of it so I could swatch it in comparison to something else that I'm using, this, which is really similar, the Sephora Micro Smooth, what do they call it? Micro Smooth Baked Foundation Powder, maybe? The name on the website's a little different than what's on the packaging. I feel like they're quite similar. This has better coverage and better lasting power. So I probably wouldn't buy this again. It does have a very nice finish to it. This is the old style packaging. It has different packaging now, which I think includes a mirror. This is a little too dark for me. I feel it oxidizes a little. It disappears after about 4 hours when I'm using it as that single kind of color product on my face. And it just didn't give a whole bunch of coverage. So I did enjoy it and I enjoyed using it, but I wouldn't buy it again just because of those things. So that is really everything. Let me know if you have any questions about the products that I talked about. If you finished anything recently, I would love to hear about it. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.